Hello lovely people, welcome to our weekly reading for the week of the 31st of July. Can you believe that it's the end of July? Mind you, I have to say, it sort of feels like it's the end of October. It's been so wet and horrible. Anyway, that's our British summers for you. And we're probably better off having what we're having than having what they're having in parts of Europe. So lovely people, let's get started and see what the cards are going to tell us for this week. Rightio, here we go. Let's see. So once again, I'm going to do the cards as in what they have in store for us this week without any particular question in mind, just what do the cards have in store for us this week. So we're looking at the Four of Swords here, Minor Arcana. The Empress, which is Major Arcana, and the Queen of Wands, which is a court card. Okay, so nice little combination here. Right, so, well, we're looking at the Four Swords is, as we've talked about before, is it's about day-to-day stuff, what's going on in our lives on a sort of a day-to-day, week by week sort of thing. And then the Empress, this is what it's kind of what lies underneath, and the court card is an aspect of ourselves, or maybe somebody that's close to you that can help you and guide you. So if we start here on the Four of Swords, so this card symbolizes a need for inner peace. It's a card that's encouraging rest and recuperation, that you need to give yourself, some peace and quiet to rejuvenate your body and your mind and your spirit. So it is a very restful card here. And when this card comes up, the sort of message here could be that maybe this is a time to let go of whatever might be preventing a sense of peace for you and possibly causing you some inner suffering. So it's just, lie down, let go, and kind of do nothing. Just allow yourself to be. And, so like, are you maybe trying to control outcomes, and maybe are you hanging on to a path that no longer serves you? So, this card of saying, like, wouldn't it be a relief to finally let the source of your suffering go and to see what new wonders might await you? Are you actually good at rationalizing why you need to suffer? Because, it's quite interesting. Some of us are very, very good at rationalizing why we need to suffer. So really, this card is telling you that you can choose inner peace. There's lots of prayer symbols going on here. And this is where, it's about asking spirit for what you need. Now, in the tarot, fours, they describe consolidation. And this is the act of making concepts and plans real in the physical world. So, these concepts, these plans, these ideas, they're all taking place possibly while you are resting. It's a really good time when you rest and become still. This is a really good time to just let these ideas and plans, let them bubble in your head. Let them make themselves known in a nice, in a kind of easy sort of way. So now, when it comes to consolidation, like the Swords approach is to take some time to make sense of circumstances through reflection. And this could be maybe to figure out what has happened, what has gone wrong, that either you can fix, or maybe to accept that what you cannot change. Or it could be simply something as mundane as saving energy. It could be reducing, reflecting on how you can reduce the annual costs of your business or your household, or even how to improve your health. So whichever it is, there would be the result of analysing a need or a problem. And this is kind of really what this card is about. It's about that time that you give yourself to do that analysis. So a reasoning or contemplation, it always leads to intellectual clarity, unless of course you overthink things. But this isn't about overthinking. This is about, taking time out. This is about drifting. It's just about reflection more than it is about overthinking. And it's a time that's really good to think about maybe past conversations or actions and their consequences. So if you, whatever sort of past conversations you've had or actions that you've took, to reflect on these and to reflect on their consequences. It's an ideal moment to clarify any plans and any sort of direction so as to make sense of your life. Now, the good thing about reviewing past actions is that this can actually save time and effort in the future, especially when you realise, which ideas work and, very importantly, which ones don't work or didn't work. So this time of reflection may be between jobs, it may be on holidays, or it could be during a period of ill health. Whatever it is, this card coming up is telling you that it's time to reassess your beliefs and to discard outdated views and attitudes. So take this time out, however you're able to do that. Now this is leading us to the Empress. So the Empress, this is what's beneath everything. Now the Empress is all about, represents kind of living life to the full in an uncomplicated way. So the Empress is kind of like the ever-loving great mother who encourages and nurtures and protects. She is female power in all her glory. Look at her lavish gown, look at the crown of stars, the fluffy, look at these fluffy pillars, the flowing water, the golden wheat fields. Look at the prosperity that's in this card and the pleasure and the abundance. So there is a huge amount of stuff going on here. So this really is a card of plenty, and it's a sign that everything you're working on is bearing fruit and bearing sweet fruit for that. So this card is telling you that the rewards are coming in at last, that you can create what you want. Now, really, this is kind of bringing me back here to this card of reflection and about reassessing your beliefs and discarding outdated, views and attitudes in order to identify with the abundance in this card. Now, the Empress is also connected with fertility, and this can indicate motherhood, it can indicate parenthood, it can indicate a pregnancy or birth, or it can also indicate a marriage or a commitment. So the Empress is very much focused on nurturing and reassuring you that you're safe and protected, and that you do have access to all the abundance you need. You just need to tap into this. And, she holds out this truth even when you're actually unable to feel it. And this is possibly why this card is coming up, because maybe you're not feeling it. So what she's saying is that even though you can't feel it, you're not able to feel it, or you're not able to see it or believe it, it is nevertheless there. So there is something important in your life that needs to be loved and that needs to be nurtured and protected to thrive. And the Empress is here as a reminder to tell you that actually, self-love will be your strongest shield moving forward. So you don't have to look elsewhere for this, because this is you. This is you underneath. And maybe you just need reminding of that. So she is advising you here that self-love will be your strongest shield. So remember that in moving forward. You know, the Empress energy, it does allow you to manifest whatever you dream, or whatever you're trying to create. It's a card that's telling you that it's all going to be okay. The Empress card, it suggests growth and progress towards goals. So there's a lot happening in this card. There's some really great messages in here, but I'm going to go back to what's underneath, and this is about self-love. It's about, allowing yourself really to be that creative person, to nurture yourself, and that you don't need other people to do this for you. Of course, it's lovely when other people do, but that's a bonus. This is about doing it for yourself. Now, the Empress role is also to support. So to support others and helping them to feel confident about projects. And, so the Empress represents teamwork and harmony and shared rewards. So this card does represent a very stable environment and balanced health. So, and very likely with whatever is going on, that you need to really reflect on what's happening in your life here, to let this the Empress in you shine through. Now, this brings us to the next woman in our reading for this week, and this is the Queen of Wands. So when queens come up in a reading, they usually represent women or aspects of a person, or even aspects of like approaches to life. So the Queen of Wands is very much an enthusiastic, intuitive, warm, forthright kind of person, this sort of personality. And the Queen of Wands signifies inner strength and the courage to face life. So we're looking at a lot of inner strength going on. This is about inner peace. And that in order to really love yourself, self-love requires inner strength here. And the Queen of Wands is, oh my God, she just totally, what's the word I'm looking for? Won't come to me, but this, she is all about inner strength and courage, very, very courageous. Now, this character can often represent a Leo person, and it can be, very passionate, very independent, or an outspoken woman. Now, is this you, or is this maybe somebody in your vicinity that can help you achieve what it is you want to achieve with these characteristics? So we're looking at forthright, we're looking at courageous, and the Queen of Wands is somebody that really enjoys a challenge. So any kind of career with demanding goals is very, very likely to suit her, because she's an achiever, a natural leader and organizer, and completely capable of motivating a team towards a target. So we're looking at another team, really good team person here. The Queen of Wands, she thrives on competition, and in fact competition kind of spurs her on to greater achievements, because she loves variety. I can absolutely tell you, this queen is not up for routine. She is not a routine person. Routine would stifle her. So if we look at here, she's holding the sunflower in her hand, and her throne represents the joy that she brings to others through her optimistic attitude to life. So she doesn't kind of look it in this particular card, but she is really a very happy, joyful person. And, she has a very optimistic attitude. But I have to say, underneath her sunny disposition, there does lurk a mighty temper. So when she's roused to anger, she can be very blunt, explosive and forthright. So might be just a good idea, to kind of respect her, I would say. So this card indicates success through inner strength and courage. And this is where you maybe find that inner strength, because you're kind of, to have inner strength, it's very useful to have inner peace and self-love. So now I can tell you this Queen of Wands was not always so self-assured. And this is what makes her actually so amazing, because she had to overcome lacking in confidence herself. This is a person who's found her confidence the hard way, and she had to discover this for herself, because once upon a time she did worry about what other people thought of her, but now she doesn't. This is somebody who really pulled herself up by her bootstraps, if you like, and developed her courageousness. So she is a real hard lesson in courage, actually. The Queen of Wands is kind of the archetype of what we all want to be. She is absolutely the archetype of what I want to be. Strong, self-confident, charismatic and self-assured. Knowing our worth. So look to the Queen of Wands. If you're feeling that there's parts of these elements are lacking in you, look to the Queen of Wands as somebody to emulate, because she encourages you to stop fearing what other people will think or say about you. She encourages you to stop hiding, to stop hiding your light, to have courage and to be who you are. So it's, lions, look at the lions here, they symbolize courage and majesty, which is what the Queen of Wands is. So ask yourself, what are you struggling to like about yourself? And we kind of come back here to this card too, don't we? Because this is about self-worth. So when the Queen of Wands is coming up here, it's kind of like, well, what are you struggling to like about yourself? And think about that, and just think about how invincible your self-esteem would be if you came to embrace it. What is it that you don't like about yourself? What is it that you're struggling about within yourself? Is it possible for you to embrace that? And imagine what you could achieve if you did embrace it. So we're looking at a really strong, two very strong people in this reading. I'm going back here now, but we're looking at, take some time out to reflect, rest, don't overthink stuff. The Empress, she's about living life to the full, as I said, in a really uncomplicated way. And that's really important. That's that uncomplicated word, if you like, because people can live life to the full in a very complicated way, but that's only just going to cause stress. This card is not about stress. This card is about nurturing and protection, and it's all about female power. And the Queen of Wands is all about female power. So, yeah, go girl. You go girl. That's what I say with this reading. So I think we need to end this there, because I could probably go on for quite a long time. However, I will make this the end of our reading for this week. And if it does resonate with you, do leave me a comment below. You can also subscribe to this channel to be notified for the next reading. And if you would like to know more, you can book a private reading with me. You'll find my email in the description of the video. So lovely people, I'm going to love you and leave you, and talk again next week.